How do you attack the defense when it's so hard to get physical mismatches against it?
Well, can't give away all our secrets. But we're going to have to be. You have to be about. If you just decide you're going to throw every time, their D line's too good. They can cover well enough that they can get to the quarterback. Then if you decide you're going to run all the time, then they're good enough to press up. So you have to be able to keep them off balance and be able to do that. There's different ways to do that, but you can't get one-dimensional on them because I think they're too good. You have to keep them off balance. Different formations, different things that we do. And then that allows our windows to be a little bit more open for our quarterback because they are so athletic. It's kind of like pros. The windows shut quick. And that's something that we got to help Central with for the game Saturday.
Can the emotions around senior day either help you or hurt you based on kind of how they deal with those
Yeah,
emotions?
I hope it helps us. The senior days that I've been around lately have always helped us. So I definitely hope it does. These young men and these seniors have been through a lot. It'd be great to send them out with 2 home wins in a row and then give them something to really shoot for the last Saturday of the season. So that's what we hope to do. That's what we like to do.
Coach Paul Richardson said that he's at least considered the idea that this might be his last game, home game this weekend. You've coached at the next level. Is he ready to play at that next level?
I think Paul's a really good player. I think he could. I definitely think he could play at the next level. He's got to decide what's best for him, what's best for the family, and all the different things that he has going on, what's best for him physically too. So to see how that works out, in the crazy world of college athletics these days, basketball, football, and all the different things. Some guys finish out somewhere, and then it's not right or wrong if they do or don't. It's just the way it is.
Kent Worrell and Mike Bowen sat down with Robertson, basketball player, trying to convince him to stay. Will you talk to Richardson, not necessarily just to convince him, but just to give him what's out there for him for next year?
Oh yeah, you do it with the NFL. Will send in a report to him. They'll look at it and decide, and then he's got to decide what he wants to do, how he wants to do it. Finishing his degree and all those type of things. We'll go into it, and I'll sit down with his mom and dad too, and we'll talk it out on the side. I'm not going to try to twist his arm either way. That's his decision on what he wants to do.
You have a philosophy that you did coach the NFL about when is a good time for a guy to come out financially? What kind of salary you should be looking at before he decides?
Yeah, I don't. I haven't really looked into that. I do know that the years that the New England Patriots are making their big runs, they have the most college graduates of any football team in the NFL. I think that is a big deal, and I know that's something that when I worked for Coach Parcells, he would always ask, "Is he a graduate or not?" Because he always felt that showed an ability to finish something. He stayed on top of task. He was on time. All those types of things, and he felt like if the 2 people were even, that could be a beneficiary to show you that there's some extra work ethic there.
The problem is he's going to graduate this spring.
So so you got to look at that on all sides of it. But I know I wasn't talking about Paul. I was just talking about that theory.
Like your impressions of Parker Orr, one of the seniors will be playing in the final home game, local kid that grew up loving the Buffs. All these guys are relatively new to you since this is your first year and stuff. But your impressions of Parker, what he's doing in this program and your team?
Parker is the ultimate fighter. He is, heart and soul goes into every game and everything he does. It was unfortunate he couldn't play last week, and hopefully he's going to be well enough to play this week. I think he will be. He'll probably doesn't mind me telling you this. I go up to him right after the game. I shake Sonny's hand. I walk over and I see Parker kind of looking up at the stands, and I see tears in his eyes. And he's just so happy that we won. He's so happy. And I said, hey, we talked for a minute. I said, you need to get well so you can play next week. And he's doing everything he can. And we talked today. He went and practiced today, but he wasn't able to hit anybody today. So I think that his attitude and what it means to play at the University of Colorado and being a young man right down the road from Wheat Ridge, and he's a high school star, and all the heroics get bigger and bigger. I always tease him. I said, I heard there was nobody on the field when you won the state championship game. It was just you by yourself. I heard he was phenomenal. And, I really would have loved to seen him play without his knee bummed up, because he's really tough and quick now. I can't imagine how much better he would be if his knee wasn't hurt. He would make a lot more plays than he's able to make, because he literally drags his knee around all week and gets ready to play. Most guys wouldn't be trying to play. They would say, well, I've had enough. I've done what I can do. He loves it so much, and he loves this school so much, and the university loves playing. His last game's going to be sad for him, because it means so much to him. Hopefully he'll go into coaching, and that's usually what coaches do. They don't want to put it down, and they love the competition, and they love what it means. And I think he'd be a heck of a coach.
Speaking of high school sports, did you get to see your son play Friday?
Got to see my son play Friday. I sure did. It works out well. Our hotel that we stay at, I drop them off, and it's 3 miles from the stadium, and then I come back for the team meeting at 9:15, and so it works out really well. It was fun watching him play.
Are you getting nervous in the playoffs? State playoffs? Are you getting nervous in the state playoffs?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for them in the state playoffs. Matter of fact, they play at 1 o'clock Saturday, and we play at 7:30. So I'll get to see a little bit of it, which will be good, because that's our time when our guys are sleeping for 3 hours. So it worked out good. It's a luck of the draw. I thought we'd be playing exactly. And now, hopefully they make it to the state championship game. They were playing at the exact same time. So mom and brother will be hopefully at Denver Stadium watching them play.
With this being your third or fourth night game, do you enjoy that? What are your thoughts on some of the evening night games?
I've gotten to the point where night, day doesn't bother me. The only thing that sometimes is hard, which would be hard for USC, is when you play a night game away. You get back in at 4 in the morning or so, and you're back here at the office and really quickly. And that's the toughest part. But at home, it doesn't matter to me.
Do you feel like there's a difference in the crowd or anything between night and day?
No, there might be, but I don't notice any difference. When you get out there on the white lines, you hear the crowd, you do all that, and you enjoy it, but you're intensely involved in the battle. And the crowd that helps involve the game, there's no doubt about it, but you as a coach, when you get out there, you're watching that and intensely involved in that.
Was that your Boise State team that had to play Boise State, or your San Jose State team that played Boise at 8 a.m.?
No, I wasn't there at that time, and they did have that. Clayton Adams played in that game.
Really?
Yeah, for
Okay.
Boise. Yeah.